This is Mikepreed coming back at you again with another video. This time I'm going to do a little bit of a recap for the warming table that I did a little short video on, and I did that. I don't know what to tell you. A little rant about. So this presentation is about Duke Manufacturing. That is the manufacturer that made that warming table, steam table, hot table. There's a lot of different names for it. I'm just going to go back to the video. If I can get this video to play for us. All right. Okay, I'm at the end of the video. Okay, we're gonna go back in time. So here we are. I'm getting a butt connector, an end piece for the wire that came off of the unit. I'm working on my on my voice, on my sound when I record. It turns out I don't like the sound of my own voice. Of course, this would be difficult. It doesn't want to cooperate. Here's a picture of. Let's see if we can zoom in. There we go. Now it's working with me. Okay. Here's the part that came off from the switch. So without this, they had no heat on the left side of that warming table, that serving table. This is the end piece that I'm placing on the unit. All right. So I'm showing where the I use my Milwaukee case and I just fill it with end pieces, Wagos and whatnot. So, bear with me then. I go up into the cabinet, and so you can see that wire goes over here. So now you have to cut and prep the wire. Of course, you all know this. You've been trained already. So I just use my Milwaukee and I size it up, take off the cover, sleeving the protection for the wire, the insulation, and then I make sure I twist the wire. Then I do a fold over. You can't quite see it because it's being blocked. Do a fold over the wire, slide on the connector, and then I crimp on the end. And that's what you're going to see here. This is what, sorry about that. This is what ice machine cleaner will do to your equipment. So you want to make sure it doesn't spill. You want to make sure your equipment stays dry because ice machine cleaner will eat up everything. So that wasn't actual, that happened because of the cleaner. All right, so now the connector's on. I hope I'm going in the right direction. All right, let me go up a little bit so you can see. Sorry about this. I tried a number of different ways to try to get this in, and then I go for screen record. And then the video wants to do its own thing. All right, I'm checking it, pulling it, making sure that connector's on there and will not come off. Crimp it again. Hopefully I'm not going in reverse. I think I am. Sorry about that. So it's on the right-hand side. There it is. So on the right-hand side, that's where it goes. And now it is not all the way on. It should be fully seated in making contact. If you don't, what it's going to do is it's going to generate a lot of heat. It'll cause this to fatigue and break, and also it has a high likelihood that that would slip off. So put it on there. I go back, and then you're gonna see it's fully seated later on. But I just wanted, because I was in such an awkward position, I wanted to make sure it was on there. Then I visually inspected. Bam, there we go. There we go. I made sure. Shadows. There we go. There we are. Made sure it was on there. The ones from the factory don't have the vinyl covering. I like to use the ones with the vinyl because of wires touching. It's just my own preference. All right, so now it's fully seated on the terminal. That's a firm connection. And I'm just going to move on from here. I use these other ones as reference. I was able to look at these and trace down my wire and see which one had come off. And there's an actual shield here. It's hard to see raw video footage. It's always rough. But there's a shield here to protect the electrical components from moisture dripping down onto it. And you can't see it, but there are screws here. There's a bolt that goes through. And when they pull this appliance around, they bring it out in the bar and then clean the floor underneath this, as they should. They clean the whole kitchen, the walls and the floor and whatnot. It's very good. Unfortunately, they manhandle the product, and then they want to yell and scream and say the product is no good and this is garbage. And then, you got to step up and say, hey, look, it's not the equipment. It is the way you're handling the equipment. But it shouldn't pull it by the protectors for the knob. They have a little protector, a little piece of metal there so you don't break the knob. And that's tied on the inside, is tied to this protector. And it kind of like came down and took that wire off with it when it came down. But of course, they don't call in and tell you that kind of stuff. They just say, hey, the equipment is broken. Come fix it. It's broken again. Even though it's a different problem this time. So these are the protectors I was telling you about, the knob protectors. Which is very smart. If they did not have these here, as they move this equipment through, it would just bang that and snap it. So here we go, talking about the infinite switch, and technically that's what it is. It's the exact same. You'll notice some of those is like the GE infinite switches and things like that we have in residential. So, temp control, infinite switch, there's all different type of names. They actually have parts breakdowns that you could look up, and they will have the terminology there that they use. So yeah, this customer keeps their sauces warm in this steam table, and then they dress their dishes. So it's an Italian restaurant, and they keep marinara sauces and other condiments in these warming areas. And then they'll ladle it on a dish. There's a serving area right above here at that restaurant. And the door going to the bar is right there. And they'll ladle out the stuff, put it onto the food, and then the server takes it to the customer. Now the cord is back here, and that's where you saw me on other videos with the cord plugged into the wall. Now, last time as they pulled it, their unit has wheels. And last time as they pulled it, the wire yanked out from this controller. And now this time I've come back and they've yanked out another wire, this time from the one on the left. But of course they don't say that, they just say the unit is down again. So don't get disheartened if the customers call and says that all my equipment is broken again, and you were just here like 6 months ago, 3 months ago, or a year ago, and now this stupid thing is broke again. As I've stated earlier, it's usually user error. All right, and so this was manufactured by Duke. This is their Aero Hot electric hot food table. 3-well. This is actually what it is. This is one of the prices. I guess this is suggested manufacturer retail $1,319. Online, they're selling it for 1,253. Um, and so, yeah, I've already worked on this a couple times. This is actually, they had another warming table, another hot food table before, and they damaged that. Said that that was garbage, and they're gonna, the dealer suggested this one because dealers are prefer certain brands. Everybody has their own corner that they go to, and so of course they send me out to make sure that everything is working right, and I take the brunt of everything. So to go on to more, you got manufacturers form strong bonds with their customers, right? So look who one of the customers of Duke Manufacturing is, right? Huh. All right. Other customers are not only just Subway, right? Other customers are Burger King, Dairy Queen, Popeyes, right? And on and on. As I'm not even covering all the equipment that Duke manufactures, but just some of the ones. This is like in relation to what you all saw the video. They actually just have like dedicated sections of their website for their different major customers. All right. This is information on Duke, phone number for them, customer service email. This is all from food service equipment. You can always go and check them out. I subscribe to every single publication out there. And we'll touch on that in later base of time, but every major publication. St. Louis, Missouri. Okay. So here are the categories, and so the reason why I picked this section from FER is they did a really good job summing up what these guys cover. Right. These are the categories that they specialize in. They do the warmers, like what you saw. They do exhaust hoods, drain boards, all kind of cafeteria equipment. They cover, I'm telling you, these cafeterias for all these office buildings and universities, high schools, just anywhere that you have these food courts and things like that. They're a major player in that type of business. Barback equipment, Bain Marie's of these warmers, all this buffet equipment, milk coolers. Usually that's in these schools, these universities, high schools, grammar schools. The large ones, they have these milk coolers. It's just on and on. Go check it out. It's just so many things that they do for a company that most of you watching this have probably never even heard of. This is a link to their website. All right, for FER magazine. It's a very good publication. So more on Subway. Now, this isn't the oven that you're normally going to see, right? This is an option. All these large chains, they primarily go with one manufacturer for their equipment. But owners feel like they're trapped and they can only deal with the few people that are trained on these items. So they're given an option. They say, hey, this is what we prefer to use, but if you're having problems with this item, here's item B. All right. So item B for Subway is the TSC oven. Now Subway has a proofer and they have an oven. I'm not too sure which one is which. I want to say this is just an oven. Because Subway bakes their bread fresh every day. All right. Okay, Duke ovens. This is one of the two I was telling you about. So they have also serving counters, and they have their own website where they have all these preventative maintenance videos. And this is one where they're showing you how to clean the condenser. Now, what this is this is the counter when you walk up to Subway and you select which items to go onto your sandwich. This is that table. This is that table that stays cold well, that you can pick your lettuce and your protein and olives and all that other good stuff. that is what this is. All right, cold well that they use for serving at Subway. Um, Here's the compressor that's inside that unit down at the bottom. It's funny because this one's on the right and the other one's on the left. Um, you'll be able to see where the compressor is and how to clean it. So this whole video that they had is on their site. The other one is on Vimeo, but you can get to it. You can get to it from the Duke website, and we'll cover that later. Okay, more preventative maintenance. They call it a refrigerator back counter. Well, refrigerated back counter. Okay. Here's more videos. Oh, wonderful. Let me enlarge this for you guys. So here it is right here. I wasn't even going to do this. I don't even know why I'm doing this. Let's see here. That's for the proofer oven. So the TSE is a proofer oven. I'm sorry. So they do a proofer oven. This is a refrigerated back counter. Steam warewashing is for dishes. Here's an oven, but we'll go back to that. Try to stay on course. Oh, this is something completely different. At least it looks like it to me. All right. No, it isn't. So there it is, just like any other refrigerator. There's a condenser. They're cleaning it. There's a compressor. They have all kind of videos. Sorry about that. Let me get out of this. Let me go back to the presentation. But here you are. So more on Subway. But they have all the videos there. They have all the videos. DukeManufacturing.com. I'm going to try to put this information in the description for the videos. So yeah, like I showed you before, here you go. A lot of options to choose from. Basic information, some more in depth. But this is what the customer can do, but the customer's too busy. This is what the employees are supposed to do, but the employees are usually too busy. So they farm this kind of stuff out. Now I'm just using Subway as an example. So like I said, this is all over. So many people use these particular equipment from Duke. I am a very product focused person. That's how I attack my business. I make friendships and alliances with the manufacturers, and that is how I grow mine. So here is just screenshots from the Duke website. These are warmers. Some of you may be familiar with this equipment. I mean, if you look in any restaurant, whether you walk in or go through a drive-through and just look in there, you will see these things. All right, here is a little something. This is the sneeze guard. They make everything. But this is not some new company. They've been around for over 100 years. Well, they say nearly, but they've been around for 100 years. They probably did this some time ago. Here's more. Well, making sandwiches. Where have you seen this view before? So this is what that gentleman was cleaning in the video. He's cleaning a condenser for this item here. This item here has a compressor to it. It has fans, the whole nine. So this is a refrigerator. This is a refrigerator that needs service just like everything else. And it's not just at Subway. Wow. What's this? You guys see this? This is it's Popeyes. This is Popeyes. So they make ovens for Popeyes, the warmers, food holders, Popeyes holding equipment by the Duke Manufacturing Corporation. And here's a breakdown. So I know some of you are thinking to yourself, like, man, how do I get this stuff? How do I find out what's what? All right, this is if you go to their website, They have parts breakdowns for everything. You can go in and then you'll get the proper terminology. You'll have the proper part numbers for all of their equipment. The video I've done with Igniter Labs has one of their products in it. It has the equipment in Burger King, the equipment in some of the Dairy Queens, and other establishment that serves hamburgers. So you can check that out. If you're interested, I could do a video on that because I have access to that. And this is another example of the type of equipment that they do. So they do everything associated with it. Retail dining staff, but this is what they do for the cafeterias and hospitals and whatnot. And I see them at 20 minutes, and I was supposed to do a 7-minute video. So, yeah, I was supposed to do a 7-minute video, but I'm starting to go down a rabbit hole, and I'm going to stop here. I had to write that in. I have to stop here. So thank you all for watching this presentation. Maybe I'll do a shorter one. Maybe I'll chop this up, but I'm going to put this out just like it is. And please comment. Please put all your questions down below because your questions are going to direct the type of content you will receive from me in the here and now. So don't forget to subscribe. Please subscribe. I thought I put it in here somewhere. I'm not sticking to my script. Please subscribe so I can get up to my numbers, and YouTube will let me go live using my mobile phone. I could use my laptop but not the phone. So thank you for watching, and let me see if I'll try to chop this up a little bit. You guys have a good day, and thank you for watching.